Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mastercast. Yes, I know it's been like 4 months since the last Mastercast. I am aware. I am sorry for that. We are going to fix that quite shortly. Anyways, what I want to talk to you today about, on top of our normal Mastercast that should be sometime coming up, is that Mastercast is now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts with a couple caveats. As you can see here, my podcast, Mastercast, Eben, MacAbs, is processing. So whenever this is done processing, you can just go into Spotify and type in Mastercast, and you should find it. It's this logo right here. And you'll be able to watch the first 2 episodes for free, obviously. Now, since it is free hosting, since I'm not paying for this, I'm not getting any money from the Mastercast, I'm doing it free hosting, and the limitations are I can only upload 2 hours of content every month, which means the first and second episodes of the Mastercast are on Spotify as well as Buzzsprout if you want to watch them there. That's pretty much because Spotify requires an RSS identifier thing, RSS feed, and this pretty much allows, what this does is it allows Spotify to, whenever you upload a podcast like hosting thing like this, it will automatically upload it to Spotify, so you don't have to do any of that stuff, which is great, except for the fact that you have to pay for those hosting services. Right now I'm using a free version of Buzzsprout, which I found it looks pretty good, works well, but the limitation is that you can only have 2 hours of content. So the first 2 episodes are up now and renews about every month. So next month I'll have the next 2 episodes and so on and so forth. If you want all the episodes to be uploaded quite quickly, then you can go and support my Patreon that I'm making down below, as well as go to the new website. Yes, I've been very busy making a Patreon, a website, putting the Mastercast on the thing, making a new Mastercast, working on my Oculus Quest video that you'll see shortly, and finishing the video I just showed on my channel as well. So this is the new site. As you can see, welcome to Master Brands. Enter the site. We have add here, whatever. What's the Mastercast episodes and any contact? Mastercast right here. Check out other brands, MacAbs, and Master Games. Now, none of this is updated from before, but I'll go and do that shortly. As you can see, we'll work on that. So if you want to go to the website, that's the URL. It should be in the description. And yeah, you can check out the website. There'll be a Patreon link here as well when I create my Patreon, which will be shortly as well. So if you want to support this and want to have all the Mastercast episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Buzzsprout, then you can go down to that Patreon when it's there and support me through that. Anyways, without further ado, let's get on to the actual Mastercast. Bunch of things has happened recently. Well, we wait for that to load. First thing, yes, thank you. First thing is Google released their Pixel 4 lineup today. We're like live, right? Low bitrate. Google. 1 concurrent viewer, which is me. Nice. Google Pixel 4. This is fun. They released this. It's kind of bad, actually. Here's why it's bad. So this is a standard $800 to $900 thing. Google phones have always been pretty expensive and yada yada. The benefit of having a Google phone was that, one, you'd have unlimited storage for photos and things. So Google Photos has unlimited storage. You get unlimited original resolution photos they can upload instead of it being compressed, which it normally is. They got rid of that. They got rid of the fingerprint sensor, so it's just a Face ID-ish thing in the top bezel right here, if I can find it. Right here in the top bezel, there's a front-facing speaker and a Face ID kind of mechanism to unlock the phone, and then there's no fingerprint sensor or anything, which people are getting kind of annoyed about because it's not as good as Apple's and whatever. So there's that. Another reason why people are complaining is because of these camera things, and it only having 2 cameras, but then the fact of it's only a normal main camera and a telephoto, which is the double zoom. People were really annoyed that they didn't have an ultra-wide, because an ultra-wide with Google's great camera software would have been pretty good, except for the fact that they didn't have one. Everyone's mad about that. On top of that, square bump doesn't look too good. Also, people are complaining that there's no more two-tone design. As you can see here, I'm probably talking really loudly. No, we're good. Yeah, two-tone design right here, it all flat, and it looks like a toy. The black one looks fine, the white one looks a little better, except for the power button, and then this orange one just looks like a Fisher-Price toy. It's actually horrible. That's a little bit better look at the screen. So we have kind of like that. There's not mint color, but it just kind of looks like that right here-ish. So there's a top bezel there. Yeah, and they don't have this color, which I would have liked actually. It's not good. It's not bad. Like, I wouldn't say don't buy it. It's just the fact that there's no reason to buy it. Also, the fact that there's a low mass storage. The base model against 64 is $800, which for an Android phone is very expensive. Even for an iPhone, it's expensive. But the benefit you get with Google stuff is like the software things that you'd usually get with Apple stuff, which is good. But there's like no real reason to buy it. Like the Samsung stuff that they released, like the Note 10 series and the S10 things, are just better in almost every way. Better screen, better like water resistance, kind of better storage, definitely better storage, better cameras because there's more of them. Overall, just better experience in certain ways that make you not need to buy this. Like there's no reason, even if the camera is better, to buy this phone. They also released a couple other things, not too important, except the Pixel Buds, which I did want to talk about. They're like this. They're coming out next year. They look like that. Kind of weird. Don't have much really to say about them, except for the fact that they're wireless, which is nice. So that's good. Next on, we're going to some Microsoft stuff that happened recently, because that's our next topic. Microsoft Surface Neo. They released a Samsung Galaxy Fold 2. It looks like this. As you can see, it's like a Surface with a screen, touch bar thing here, and then a keyboard that looks suspiciously like the iPad, whatever keyboard. It's interesting. It flips all the way around. If I can find an image of it flipping around. It's not out yet. There's going to be 2020 stuff. Whoever is asking in the comments. No one's asking in the comments. Yeah, so it's going to fold out like this, and it can fold all the way around. It's not... What I'm really disappointed about is that it looks good, except for the fact that it's not like a fold screen. It's not like a screen that folds in half. It's two separate screens, which I guess might be useful. And it's going to be running Windows 10X, which is going to be quite interesting. Looks like... Oh, yeah, so there's that. It looks like this. It's going to come out at some point in 2020. We don't know pricing on it yet. It's going to have like pen support and stuff. They also released the Surface Pro 7, which is just like an update to their Surface Pro lineup, mini 2-in-1 things. This is the Surface Pro X. Of course it is. This is interesting. It's a very large display. Where is it? Oh, these are... Oh, and then they released a lot of stuff. So pretty much these two are the Surface... That one looks more like the Surface Pro X. It has a pen thing like in the stylus right here. Clips on right there. Keyboard here, it flips all the way around, and then it's like a bigger version with a screen and better like speakers and stuff. It's a souped up version of the Pro 7, in case you want that. Then they released the Surface Laptop 3, which is just a better version of the Surface Laptop 2. This is the Pro 7, that's the Pro 10X. They released these Surface Buds, which if I can get a better image of the Surface Buds, they look like that. Pretty bad. First off, I hate the case. The case looks like one of those cheap $10 things you can buy on Amazon cases. Like, it doesn't look good. And then the flat thing here, which is good for like pressing on, I guess, it doesn't look good anywhere else. Like, that looks good. You just a circle that you just stab repeatedly with your ears. It doesn't, and they're gonna be selling for, of course, like $250, because of course they are. Here's a better version of the Pixel Buds, by the way. So yeah, that's what they're showing there, there, and then this is where it's interesting. This is the Neo. This is the Duo. So Surface Duo is very interesting. This is right here. The small one is a version, if you will, of a Fold, except for the fact that it's not one screen, it's two, which is kind of annoying. It looks like this, not that good. It looks like it's running an attempt at like iPad OS, but like Android, and Android is bad when it comes to anything tablet related. So that's not like the best right there. Is this too long? Is it not? Oh, this might, let's quickly. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the fact that I messed this up. Where the hell is the? No, I don't want to set the color. I want to reframe it. Fit to screen. There we go. You're seeing everything now. Oh boy, that's unfortunate. Hopefully everything, I'll check back later. Yeah, it looks like this, if I didn't show that before. That's interesting. This one's running Windows 10X. This is running an attempt at Windows 10X. It's good. Next thing, I mean, my thoughts, interesting, and we'll see. So next thing we're going to be talking about is some Apple things, because of course, AirPods Pro is what we're going to be checking out first. So the AirPods Pro is supposedly, I'm not sure how accurate this is, supposedly going to look like this. Where it has, because this is like the image in the iOS like 13 beta or whatever that showed these as being like the new AirPods with like noise canceling and stuff. And this is what they're supposed to look like. Something like this. Obviously not like that, but something similar to it. It's going to have that. It's probably going to be beefier, and it's going to be in your ears. This is to hold the noise-canceling drivers and whatever. It's interesting. Supposed price, $260. A little high. I'd say $30 cheaper, and it would be around par with the noise-canceling earbuds we're seeing. But, of course, it's Apple. You got to add the tax. Yeah. So there's those. They're interesting. I'm not sure how well they're going to sell, because I'm pretty sure people aren't just going to, like, not buy them and buy the traditional ones instead. But that's just me. We'll see if anyone decides that that's a good idea or not. Anyways, next up on the agenda. Yeah, we're good. Next up on the agenda is Power Beats. And by Power Beats, I mean the Solo Pro. Effectively, a luxury version of the... This is, like, such a good photo. Like, I love... Like, it's good. Yeah, effectively a better version of a mix between everything good about the Solos versus everything that tried to be good about the Studio 3s. So this is a better version, best version of their Beats with active noise canceling, like a hear-through feature where you can tap something and it allows you to hear the environment, a metal band for better construction, durability, better foam ear pad things, a better like clicking mechanism, and then a folding mechanism that actually like is the power button, so you can fold them up and then you fold them back out, and then they click. Here's the bunch of small colors, bunch of colors that come in. This is only a couple of them, but they actually look really good, like design wise, and also hopefully now structure wise. They fold like that, and they just click, and you're able to turn them on by that. They pair automatically. They have fast charging, whatever. They're good. $300 though, which is a little expensive. They're not horribly like overpriced. Here's the case. The case looks really good actually. I like the case. It's not horribly overpriced. It is again expensive, but it's Beats. People are talking about the sound. It doesn't sound that bad actually. It sounds pretty good. I mean, I haven't heard it, but from reviews and stuff, people are saying it sounds pretty good, and obviously it's bass heavy and stuff. But we'll see how well those sell. They've been out on the market for a couple of days now. We'll see. But yeah. Next up, we have... Did we get through everything, really? It's only been 14 minutes, and we've gotten through everything I needed to talk about for the last 4 months. That's impressive. Okay. Let me just check my, my notes. Not my notes, my thumbnail for all the things we're going to talk about. We had the Beats thing. Yeah, I guess we talked about everything. I'm trying to think. I mean, they had the Apple event where it was their phones, blah, blah, blah. So Samsung had a thing where they had the Note series. That was interesting. What can we talk about? Oh yeah, so the Mastercast thing right here. Let's just reload this real quick. Podcast, Mastercast, Podcast 1 starts 0 streams, 0 listens, 0 last episode date, this. If I click on it, nothing happened. Cool. Catalog. Mastercast. Yes. It's on Buzzsprout as well. Let me just give you the website link. Go. So that's the website link. You can just, I'll put in the thing afterwards. So you can click this, and it brings up this Mastercast where you can watch both of the episodes here. The originals, they sound horrible. Not like sound-wise, but like my voice just wants to make me die. So there's that. I'm going to also be working on, obviously, this site. I really like this, like, color contrast thing, so I'm going to be working on this. These actually click, so if I click this one, it brings me to my MacEbs page. I changed the name, by the way. Master MacEbs was originally suggested to me by a friend in 7th grade art class. It said, hey, Master MacEbs. I'm like, okay, cool, that's good, obviously. And I stuck with that. And now everything's kind of getting a little weird, and so I decided to tone it back. I need to keep the M because I didn't want to rebrand myself, so MacEbs was what I was using to shorten my username because Master MacEbs ended up being too long and everything else didn't seem right. So I was like, okay, let's shorten it to MacEbs for a bunch of games I was playing, and that's how that came to be, if you're wondering. But yeah, so there's this. I have to change that, so this is Master Reviews on it. And then Master Games. So this one as well, Master Games, will be doing something at some point. Maybe. As you can see, a solid 34-minute 2-view episode that I viewed twice. And yeah. So I'll work on this, work on the Patreon page, and everyone can hopefully do this and talk about everything in the Mastercast. If you want to support me, again, go to the Patreon stuff. The current amount for hosting unlimited, so these also expire by 90 days. $12 a month gets you the ability to have 3 hours instead of 2 hours of content upload every month. If I just go to the thing right here. Yeah, so $12 a month is 3 hours each month. Episodes hosted indefinitely, which means they don't disappear. And you can upload more content for $4 per hour, which is pretty good, actually. And then you have unlimited storage and import podcasts for free. So if you have it already planned, you can import from everything else. So I am the free one, which is 2 hours. They get rid of 90, limited 2 hours. Yeah. This is podcast stats, website, custom player, get podcast directories, and bandwidth. This is pretty much what you get on the paid plan. So yeah, if you want to donate to me on Patreon, if I can get up to $12 a month, I can put the Mastercast on better hosting stuff. But for now, it's on here. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. Anyways, if you enjoy this and want to see more on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in my next Oculus Quest video. So yeah, that's the next video coming out. Oculus Quest should be pretty good. Working on it. I'm actually almost done. I have like 3 or so minutes left of the 8-minute video. And yeah, anyways, if you like what you see and want more on the channel, then do all that stuff. I will see you all next time.